Hello and welcome to the third episode of Ademola Bookmen Injury Time, an addition to the main podcast. I'm Alistair Bond and I'm here with my co-host Johnny Coughlin. This week we are doing a fantasy five-a-side draft, the last acceptable form of discrimination. This week we're doing a five-a-side ginger team. Johnny, can you tell us about the format?
We toss a coin and then we determine who goes first. Then we put it to the cutting edge artificial intelligence technology to tell us whose team would have won when they were all playing at their peak.
First goal in this game. The goals! Oh!
There's a few things that we should just determine here now. Are we talking global or Premier League?
We're global, Johnny. We're going global with this.
Fuck. And are we talking current or past?
All players, Johnny. All players are eligible.
And how are we going to litigate the thorny issue of strawberry blonde?
Yeah, okay. All right then, Johnny, because regular listeners to the podcast will know that Johnny doesn't play within the rules of these drafts. Last time we had a prison 11 and up popped Maradona, despite never having spent any time in prison. So
Arrested.
I'm going to leave it at, well, Johnny, I have a hair colour chart in front of me, Johnny, and I will Google each player and I will compare their hair against the chart, Johnny. I have a chart right in front of me. So, will you fall under burgundy red or light ash brown? Let's find out, Johnny. Let's find out.
I look forward to seeing how players do against this imaginary chart of yours.
It's not imaginary. It's on Pinterest. I'll tell you what, when I was researching this little topic, this is a very lads mag topic, isn't it? There's all sorts of like ginger 11s all over the internet. I felt quite ashamed, really. It's the real like Nuts magazine special feature.
Yes.
Yeah, next week we're going to be doing footballers with wags with the biggest boobs five-a-side. Like that was Johnny's choice. Yeah, so it is a little bit lads mag this one, but hey.
I don't think there are as many red heads in Ireland as you think, but there are a lot of red beards, including my own. So so Wayne Rooney, there's a good example of someone with a nice red beard.
Oh, if you fucking pick Wayne Rooney off a red beard, Johnny, I'm not going to be happy. Let me tell you now. Oh, I can see it in your face. No. Wayne Rooney is not ginger. He's never been described as ginger. You can't have Wayne Rooney.
Look, I was just asking a question. All right. I better just change my team.
Sakes. All right, then. So we do need a coin. It's a nickel. All righty, Johnny.
Gladiators, ready!
I'll call it in the air.
Okay, heads or tails? Cool.
Tails.
It's heads, Johnny. It's heads.
I did see you kind of turn it around there, but go on. Right, go on. All right, go on. On you go.
Just for the listeners' view, I did not cheat in that coin toss. I did not. I didn't. Okay, so my first pick in my ginger five-a-side, I'm going for a midfielder, Johnny. Scholes of Manchester. Paul Scholes. Ever heard of him, Johnny?
But this is global now, right?
Oh, you can go global, son. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
You think he's the best redheaded five-a-side player, at least, in the world ever?
Well, I am excited to see your next selection, Johnny. All right, then. I'm going to write it down. I am excited. So, midfield for me.
Kevin De Bruyne?
I mean, is he ginger, Johnny? Let me get a little picture up and have the hair colour. Looks natural brown to me, Johnny. No, fair enough. I'll give you KDB. He did come up on a bunch of them. All right, absolutely. You think KDB is better than Paul Scholes, Johnny? Interesting.
Scholes is arguably my favourite player, but De Bruyne is one of the best ever in the Premier League.
Ooh. That's the thing. I was going to ask you, because we were talking about Scholesy. Is Scholesy a tiny, tiny little bit overrated?
Yes. I think he is.
Yeah, I think that might be fair. He didn't always get picked, hey? It's one of those things, isn't it? A lot of big games, he wasn't in the first 11, like. He was often on the bench and came on.
Well, Ferguson in Europe was conservative, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He'd often, get his place taken by Park Ji-sung or something, wouldn't he?
Yes. But okay, on you go.
All right, well, I'm going to take the big name off the board now because I think it's going to leave you in problems when I take it. In goal, the legend that is Adam Bogdan.
But hold on there
As far as
now.
I can see, the only ginger keeper.
Well, I know of one other, and
Well,
I think
I've got a suspicion. I think I know who you're, and I am going to argue more against this one than I am against KDB. But okay, Adam Bogdan, like what a what a very mediocre goalkeeper he was. Played for Bolton, went to Liverpool, did nothing, went to Wigan. Yep, that's him, but undeniably ginger. Like one of the first names that pops up when you look at ginger players. Adam Bogdan, maybe more conspicuous because he was in goal and literally the only ever ginger goalkeeper. All right, well, it doesn't have to be a goalkeeper, Johnny. Who's your next pick?
so. This is a global team.
It's a global team, Johnny.
Okay.
You can have any ginger player.
I'm going to say Ronald Koeman.
Good pick, Johnny. I'll give you that. That's a good pick.
All right.
Did you ever see his free kick record, Koeman's free kick record? It is absolutely wild.
Would you say he was the best scoring defender of the 90s and 80s?
No, I wouldn't, Johnny.
Really? That's
I would not.
interesting.
No. There was another player, a left-footed player, a magnificent man.
Dennis Irwin, the man I took my confirmation.
Oh no! Again, Johnny, you're missing out. 78 caps for England, Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. We're talking about Stuart Pearce, folks.
If you had done a communion or confirmation, which I assume you hadn't done, would you have considered Stuart as a confirmation name?
I wouldn't, Johnny. I never liked the name Stuart. I always regretted his name was Stuart, even when I was a kid. I just wish his name was something like Zach Pearce. Yeah, I had a real prejudice against names when I was a kid, like really bad. All right, so just on Koeman though, Johnny, he played 535 games from centre back. How many goals did he score?
75.
Oh, Johnny, I'm glad you went there. 192. He was a 1 in 3 centre back. Woo, baby! All right.
Daft. Penalties, I guess, as well, but still.
That is wild, isn't it? That really is wild. Amazing free kick.
That's surely unrivaled. All right, on you go.
Now I'm a bit demoralised. Why did I get fucking bogged down? But no, all right, because you can't have who you're going to have to keep. You're going to have to pick a right fucking clown. All right, then. All right, well, okay, if you've got Koeman, I'm going Matthias Sammer. The Hammer Sammer. Euro 96, player of a tournament, heartbreaker. Matthias Sammer, he is the sweeper. Arguably a better defender than Koeman. Maybe didn't score the goals, but what
not
a player.
Quite as many. Okay, I would take Jean-Pierre Papin.
What?
Yes, I've consulted photographs.
Fuck. I never even... What? I mean... No. He's what? This is not in the spirit of a ginger 11. Look at the state of him. He's dark brown, son. Sometimes when the sun is shining on his hair is not dark. Jean-Pierre Papin.
Look at that. Come on.
I am looking at it. Johnny is showing me a picture on his phone of a bald man and telling me that I should be saying that it's a man with ginger hair. Jean-Pierre Papin. All right, let me just my hair colour chart here. Let me just check it. Doesn't even fucking. It's not even on the chart, Johnny. It's just not even anywhere near it.
Okay, well, if
I'm going to call bullshit, Johnny. Did someone else try and make this claim that Jean-Pierre Papin was ginger?
It kind of is, though. Like, I don't need like a chart or like the internet to tell me. I can see it.
Johnny, I'm coming at this in good faith, and I am looking at pictures of Jean-Pierre Papin.
Okay, fine. All
Someone
right.
asked me to
Okay,
describe.
fine.
Oh, okie dokie.
It was worth a shot. Okay, John Arne Riise. You gonna fight that one?
With a fucking golf club, I am. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm happier with that, Johnny. But I know that you see now I've vetoed that one. I know you're going to really push for the goalkeeper, and that's really going to give you a massive advantage because I've got fucking Adam Bogdan. All right, Sama Skulls Bogdan. Oh, I'm between two, Johnny. I'm between two. And in the spirit of the game, I'm going to go Big John Hartson. Big John Hartson up front. What a presence. A big man with a big temper.
You like to play the big man in your 5-side teams.
I like a big man.
Sam Allardyce as coach here.
Oh, yeah, with the famous giant Paul Scholes anchoring the midfield. He's going to be playing false nine at the moment. All right, then. So, Johnny, your fourth pick.
This is my last outfield player, you know?
Okay.
I'm going to go for Luka Modric.
No, Johnny, no. This is the end of the podcast.
Fine.
You can't have Luka
Fine.
Modric. No one's ever described Luka Modric as ginger ever in the history of the world.
Okay, fine. If I can't have Modric, I'm going to take Gordon Strachan. There's no arguing.
No, you're quite right, Johnny. I will give you Gordon Strachan. You got a quick word for me, Johnny?
Velocity.
Very good. All right. Seeing as I played very fairly by picking only ginger players, my last pick will be. Oh, this is tough. I don't want to shit the bed here. It's between two. I'm going to sprinkle some stardust on my team. Carlos Valderrama. Boom.
Do you honestly think his hair is red?
Yeah, well, I'm more than that.
Well, I know you've got a chart.
Well, Valderrama is certainly more ginger than Jean-Pierre
His hair is
Papin
blonde.
and Luka Modric. All right, you veto that bit. Fucking, big German keeper's going to get fucking vetoed out to shit. All right, then.
Valderrama is blonde. Come on.
All right.
And it's all right, go on.
Okay.
Give me another one.
No, fine. And I think this is a better player anyway, in all honesty.
Okay.
All legend aside, I'm going to go Dejan Kulusevski. You can't argue with that. That is a ginger man. When I saw him, I thought, who is that ginger man playing for Juventus? That's what I thought. I genuinely did.
Would you say Alexis McAllister has red hair?
No.
Okay. I think his father did, Really?
Oh, yeah, that's certainly feasible, isn't it?
Anyway, okay. And for my goalkeeper.
Oh, your goalkeeper.
I think this is going to be a real game changer.
Game changer.
I am going to go with Oliver Kahn.
Oliver fucking can't. Yeah.
Just writing it. Do you want to consult your
Johnny, in preparation for this podcast, I consulted Oliver Kahn's hair and my colour chart, and the best I could come up with for Oliver Kahn was light natural brown. However,
light brown.
Listen, I've got the colour chart in front of me, Johnny. But I am the bigger man, Johnny, and I will give you that when I was researching ginger footballers, Oliver Kahn's name did come up, which I can assure you Luka Modric's and Jean-Pierre Papin's did not.
Okay, I'm going to be the bigger man because I do know another red-haired keeper.
Ooh, and I'm willing Johnny.
Yeah. Famously didn't make it into the cup final team. Jim Leighton.
Jim Leighton?
Yeah.
Well, he was in the cup final team and dropped at half-time or something, wasn't he?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I feel that. And then he was just dropped for the replay and never played again.
Les Sealy. He's passed away since. God rest his soul.
Jim Leighton was red hair, though. Let's have a look at this.
Well, if I can't have Jim Leighton, I'm going back to Oliver Kahn, so be careful.
Look at the brat that he is, listeners. Like, it's horrible to listen to, isn't it? If I can't have that, I'll do this. How about you just play within the rules of the game, Johnny? How about you do that? No. All right, Jim Leighton, I'll give you, because look at that face. Oh, man, you just Google Jim Leighton, you come up with a great picture. Roaring away with no front teeth in. Lovely stuff.
Yeah,
Nice to see his face. All
yeah,
right,
he looks like a toothless thing.
all right, but I'm just going to ask Google, is Jim Leighton ginger? And the AI says, yes, Jim Leighton is considered to be ginger, as he has noticeably red hair. Okie dokie, I'll definitely give you Jim Leighton. All right, we could have done that with everyone, couldn't we? All right then, Johnny. So, are you feeding this information into the supercomputer?
Yes, I am.
Now, Johnny, do you think that ginger people are genuinely discriminated against?
I think there's an article by that guy Bogdan, and I interviewed him saying about how tough time he had playing. So honestly, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think you probably do. There's a Sean Dyche quote. Why haven't I been linked with any of the top jobs? It's gingerist, isn't it? We're oppressed. Straight out from Sean Dyche's mouth. All right, whilst we're waiting for Johnny to put the information into the supercomputer, let's run through the teams again. Team Coughlin in goal, Jim Leighton. Manning the defence, Ronald Koeman and John Arisa. Midfield, Strachan and Kevin De Bruyne. You can see there's a big gaping hole in attack. Who's playing false nine? Strachan. Now in a much more balanced team. In goal, Adam Bogdan. Matthias Sammer marshalling the defence. Skoll and Kulusevski tricking through the midfield with Big John Hartson up front. Actually, I'm quite excited to see you all win this. Oh yeah, I think this one's for me.
Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm genuinely excited to see what happens here.
Final score, Team Johnny 4, Team Alistair 2. Oh, golly. Okay, midfield dominance by Team Johnny. My midfield trio of Koeman, Strachan and De Bruyne was key. Overrunning Scholes and Kulusevski. De Bruyne's influence. He's the standout player here, scoring 1 goal and 2, assisting 2 others. I've got defensive solidity because Kuma's dropping back. Team Alistair's really struggled in attack because, John Harrison.
He's a very mobile player, great for five-a-side.
Jim Leighton and goal for Team Johnny made several crucial saves, particularly from long-range efforts by Scholes and Kulusevski. On the other hand, Adam Bogdan was left exposed by his defence and couldn't do much about Team Johnny's well-taken goals. Unfortunate. And of course, let's not forget the set-piece threat. As mentioned at the top of the show, Ronald Koeman's ability from free kicks resulted in a stunning goal. All right, there you go. That's it. Why Team Johnny won? Superior midfield, clinical finishing, defensive organisation, individual brilliance.
That doesn't apply to you, you smug fuck. That's 3-0, right? That's no victories for me at all.
Team Alistair fought valiantly, but the sheer quality and balance of Team Johnny proved too much to handle. A well-deserved victory.
Bollocks.
Ooh, okay. You get one day.
All right, so next week's draft is going to be players that only Alistair has heard of. Well, no, obviously we've got next week's. It's for Wags five-a-side, but after that...
Dreadlock five-a-side.
I offended one of our listeners, Johnny. They were cross that I vetoed the dreads, and he asked me, "What's wrong with my dreads?" And I said, "It's nothing to do with you, Ziggy."
A few more red-haired players.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that you can't really, which this is incontrovertible. James Collins, Neil Lennon, Steve Sidwell, Nicky Butt.
Yeah, he would have been a good shout.
Wes Brown.
Wes Brown, incontrovertibly.
Steve McManaman.
I struggle. I had him written down here, but I didn't want to use him.
Yeah, and Robert Prozinecki, he probably would have gotten in either of our teams, truth be told, but
Yeah, he's one of them. I never really saw him play. I know people go nuts about it. He played for Portsmouth, but I don't really remember, honestly, anything about Prozinecki.
he played. I do remember in that Euro. He was in that Euro 96 team, wasn't he?
Yeah, a couple more ginger players I wanted to mention. Good old Jack Colback, bit of a Forest legend. Love that lad. And Brian Rice, who is the official Forest cult player.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, late 80s, Brian Rice. One of the first games I ever went to see, David Curry and Brian Rice were on the bench. Pretty cooler.
That's nice.
That is.
You know that Coventry song, the one for Peter and Love and Terry Phelan.
Oh, that love and feeling.
We've got in Love and Feeling. Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets, isn't it?
Yeah, no one's ever going to beat that.
Whoever came up with that, and that's it. They probably don't. No one knows, but he must be patting himself on the back. Well, thank you very much for joining us for another defeat for me and the Ademola Bookmen Injury Time. We are unsure as to what our next five-a-side draft will be. We're very happy to hear any suggestions.
Thank you very much to Dara Fenlon for doing the music on both this and the other podcast. Thank you, Dara.
Thank you, Dara. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Al. Thanks, folks.